Yeah.
Who else we bashing? Because see, you look at something like that, you look at Mulan, you look at Moana.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a brief overview trying to touch on at least all the Asian folks. That's what I'm
I
thinking.
thought the new Mulan was kind of tight.
Okay. Difference between
It had,
Mulan back then, Mulan now. And is that real action or no? That's still animated. Real. Okay.
Real, yeah. They had Jet Li.
Oh.
The guy that played Bruce Lee.
Mm-hmm. Jason Lee.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was in it. He was Bordercon.
Mm.
So it was tight.
I need to watch Mulan again.
People tripping off. There's no Mufasa.
Mufasa.
Mushu.
Oh yeah, that's what everybody's
That's
saying.
like the biggest thing people trip off of.
But is it because that's just what's
The
gonna
original?
happen? Yeah. Why couldn't Mushu be in
That's
there?
just like saying Return of the Mac, the old song and the new song.
Oh my god, we gotta edit this for sure. That's the worst song. How you gonna remix a song that's horrible with another horrible song? It's not like he was coming out with a new album and shit. Like, oh.
I know. I thought he was making a comeback. I was like,
But I mean, who has the first album? Do you have it?
no.
Exactly.
That's the only song I know.
That's the only song he has.
Yeah, true.
I loathe that song. Great person, probably. Never met him, but. Return of the Mac. No, that's the worst. Sing the chorus for me.
I don't even know.
I just know I hear doo doo like a lot.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
That is it.
You know you like that song? That shit's worse. Horrible.
Yeah.
You don't have songs like that annoy the fuck out of you?
Yes.
Which ones?
They're girl
I'm
songs.
blue. I'm in the night. No, not that.
That was I don't.
Sandstorm?
That was annoying. Mario Winans. I don't want to know. Oh my god.
Oh, when it plays, it gets angry?
If I hear that song, I'm just like, yo, if you don't change it, if anybody
Is it
puts
like
that song
Return
on,
of the Mac for me?
I'm like, you are. Turn that off.
But you never hear that on the fucking radio.
That shit is on all the time.
What station you listening to?
If V101 is the one it'll be on.
Really?
Yeah.
We have Viva 101.
You never hear that song come on?
No.
Oh. Good.
I'll play that shit.
Oh my god.
I don't wanna know.
Oh my.
If you. This was getting angry right now.
Did you just hear what you sang?
Those are the worst lyrics. I mean, I don't know.
The worst lyrics.
Return of the Mac's horrible.
No, at least that's like, yo, Return of the Mac. I don't know, whatever. But that song, like, you don't want to know about.
That's horrible.
Just keep it. If you're playing me, just don't even tell me. Just keep doing it, but it's cool. Just don't tell me.
I mean,
like, yo,
it's a popular song.
Did you hear what you just sang?
Who relates to that song? Is that guys be like, yo, that's my
Suckers.
shit? Or is it females like, yo, that's my shit? Who
No,
likes that song?
Guys,
Really?
I feel like.
You know the guys out there like, hey, even if you cheat on me, don't tell me. I don't want to know. Keep it on the low. Because my heart can't
There's
take
guys
it.
that
Simping.
came up with it.
Yo, you know what simping is?
What? Like sympathy?
No, simp. Like, you ever heard of that
You're
term?
a simp? Like
Yeah.
You're simple.
Is that what it means?
I don't know. That's what I would take it as.
Oh, I
You're a
took it
simp.
as-
Like, you're a simp. Like, oh, you're just.
Simple.
You're
Like,
boring.
basic.
Yeah.
I thought simp, or I'm under the idea that simp is like, yo, them dudes that be friend zoned forever type shit. Or
that makes
those
sense.
situations
Yeah.
where.
I can see that. Yeah.
You know what I
Talk
mean?
about simps.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm not young. That's the young rhetoric out there. I figured you're
There's a
still
lot of
young blood.
There's a lot of young rhetoric. I think I'm starting to hit that threshold.
Where you're like, well, I don't understand what that is.
Yeah.
You old blood.
Yeah.
That's
I think I'm crossing over. You start realizing that when you start realizing what things are fascinating to you.
Like what?
Like a tool or
Or you just dabble into the shit you're into
yeah.
where no one gives a fuck.
Yeah, true.
Because nothing on whatever was mainstream culture is directed towards you.
But when you look at like Youngblood, you're like, I want the newest shit. I want that. I want like clothes, fashion, tech.
The culture.
Yeah, the culture, exactly.
Who
but
makes the
then
culture?
now I'm like, yo, I just got this dope ass drill.
Those juiced on it, IG and shit.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
like,
look at
damn,
that shit.
hella
Flexing.
Yeah, hella old.
I mean, but there's people out there that are doing that. You
Like
know,
tools, I'll be like, yo.
it's the shit you're into.
Yeah.
That's just how the shit works.
Mm-hmm. It is pretty funny. I went to the coffee shop the other day and asked them for their coffee grounds.
Oh, nice. Did they give it to you?
Yeah.
Nice.
They were like, yeah, what are you using it for?
What'd you say?
My worms and my compost.
What'd they say?
They're just like, oh, that's really cool.
Of course. We were using that for a little bit for dumpsters and shit for smell.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for a little bit.
Yeah, it's really good. It's like
I mean, it's
Rich
just
and Rich.
it's there. It's tossed.
Yeah.
You figure like, oh, you guys are making like $6 a cup. Hey,
Mhm.
you know what? Might as well get a little bit of that.
Yep.
Crazy. We were
That
just
is
talking about
crazy.
coffee culture like that. We were like, yo, $6 for 12 ounces of coffee? How much is gas?
Tea.
$3 for a gallon? Oof.
Yeah.
You old.
Yeah.
Old blood.
I
I
know.
don't wanna know. You hate music. You know what I'm saying? What's it like passing the threshold once you're out of the pop culture stream? Because everybody, it's almost like a rite of passage. You have to go through that way of life.
Yeah.
I was
think
like
so.
that. I was a hype beast before. I was all up in the East Bays and trying to hit up all the, sneaker shops, like, back when you could actually
Damn,
go.
East Bay. Is that still a thing?
I would assume so.
The whole everything, the magazine.
Maybe not the magazine. They probably have some online shit, if I had to take a
Damn,
guess.
I remember. What was the first thing you ordered off East Bay?
Pennies.
Dang, what the
The second one. No, the first one. I don't know if you remember those
so
ones.
Magic, when he was on the
When
Magic.
he was on the Magic.
So the one where that has the loop on the tongue, right?
Yeah. No, not the foam posits. The foam posit
Yeah,
one.
no, not the phone posits. They were all black with blue.
No, there was one before that one, I believe.
Okay.
Or maybe after. It was either before or after that one.
Damn.
That was the first thing I ordered off eBay. Because usually what I do is I come to my parents' house, right?
Mm.
And then I fill out the order sheet with what I want, and I leave it on my dad's desk. Like, just like how I used to
Like-
circle all the toys I wanted.
He's like, did I forget to put this in?
I just leave it on there, like,
Mail it out.
there's a total.
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
But that's what, culture, at least, fashion culture was.
Yeah.
At least for me, you're trying to find the hottest shit at your
Damn.
local.
East Bay.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's why thrift store shopping became at least big for me during the early 2000s before it became like hip.
When Macklemore.
Oh, that was
Straight
like
dropped
years
that track.
later.
Yeah.
I used to go shopping all the time, like, and be grabbing like just old vintage shit. Because I was like, yo, I could get fucking this many clothes for
Yeah.
$10.
Crossroads.
Oh, not even that. Crossroads was like Macy's of thrift shopping.
Yeah,
Like, what?
that-
That costs retail.
Yeah, it was more.
I was buying suits for like 50 cents a
Goodwill.
pop.
Thrift Town
Thrift Town
on
yeah,
Stockton.
Yeah. Shots out. But see, it's
Yeah.
evolved. Like, what was street fashion in your day? How would
Right
you
now?
acquire? But were you the part of the Karmaloop shit, right?
No, I didn't really hop on Karmaloop.
But Karmaloop to me was the shit that stopped all that because Karmaloop
Yeah.
had everything. At least in the interim, like, yo, if
What
you
was
need this,
was Karmaloop the one that was magazine, but for clothes?
I don't know.
Like East Bay, but for clothes.
I didn't get it personally. I didn't get the magazine.
I feel like there was like another type of East Bay, but it was for clothes.
oh,
not
I'm
like
pretty sure there's a
athletic.
bunch of them. Yeah,
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy.
but you
East
didn't fuck
Bay,
with
I remember
Karmaloop like that.
Nah,
How did you
Nah,
know where to get
I
the
wasn't.
hippest shit at?
I don't know.
Or you just got into
The
this
culture.
mode of like buying like exclusive shit where you can find it still.
Nah, you just see what they tell you is tight, and that's where.
So what was your era? What'd they get you with?
like? What are we talking? Like high school?
High school, after high school. So high school, like later high school
High
to
school
your early
was
20s and
super
shit.
baggy,
Still?
like now.
Y'all was still turning. Oh,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
You guys were still in the
Like, I
CK
remember-
brands and
I
Tommy Hill
remember-
shit, or
No.
just baggy clothing.
I think LRG was like the type. That was what was popping back in high school.
It's colorful shit,
LRG
looking like
Vans,
boxes of Skittles.
the pack came out.
Ah, shouts
Everyone was
out,
rocking
Lil B.
Vans. LRG was big. Academics.
Academics.
Um,
I was a little.
I think
after my
middle
time.
school was like Gerbode.
That's middle school for you.
Well, because I had an older cousin that had them, so, I
So
was
you
like,
had to
"Yo,
drop
let me
down."
Tight. Let me get some of those.
Yeah. Man, Gerbo, that used to be
Yeah.
big on
Blue
Source.
straps. I had the blue straps.
Jeez, you probably wear some lugs.
No, I never had legs.
What kind of shoe game were you rocking? Middle school.
SBs. Oh, middle school. Middle school was I always had like basketball shoes, Jordans, Air
junkie
Force
shoes.
Ones. Air Force Ones was big in middle school because
That
St.
makes
Lunatics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get me
Too
too
fast.
fast. Yay. Hey, that song was hard though.
Hey,
That dude with the half mask. The dude that never rapped. I was like, hey,
like what?
he's hard.
Yeah.
Air Force Ones made a killing off that.
Yeah.
To me, like, there are cats that treat Air Force Ones like Jordans, like how Jordan collectors are. There's
They-
Air Force
they be
One
like
dudes. There's
walking
SB dudes.
sideways,
Mm-hmm.
not to crease them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Air Force. I remember, man, those were big. They would like sell out all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You
But
said-
where's Air Force? Are they back in trend yet or not yet?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people rock.
Or
Air
is it
Force
more
Ones.
like the Jordan brand where there's just their collectors and that's just how it
Nah.
was?
I think Air Force Ones you could just go and
Because it looks like SBs are like
SBs. I think
How
are
they
making
were.
a comeback. They're
how they
coming
were.
back right now.
Yeah, like people are like, yo, that's vintage.
Yeah.
I want that. You know.
I think high school. I remember I was rocking the SBs. High school.
What was your SB? The one like, yo, that's
My
mine.
favorite ones
Yeah.
were the P-Rods, the Jordans. Jordan P-Rods.
Oh, yeah, with the elephant.
The
Yeah.
elephant skin, the all
Oh, I
black
didn't see
ones.
those too many though. You
I
can
had the
find
all
those.
black ones.
You know which ones I
those are my
like?
favorite SBs.
Those are dope because
Over the Tiffany's. Tiffany's were tight, but everyone.
had the
Those are
Tiffany's.
like the Space Jams.
Space Jam Jordans.
Mm.
Yeah, those were hard to find. Those ones.
The Space Jam Dunks. Remember when they dropped
Those
those?
were tight.
Those
I
were
want to
pretty
see
clean.
those in real life. I haven't seen them in real life.
Those ones were clean.
I'm an avid SB guy only because I think the comfort of skate shoes is the best
SBs were comfortable
because it hugs.
Yeah.
The padding they
They're
have in there is
soft.
insane. Yeah.
The tongue.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The fat tongue.
Mhm.
It's cool like that.
Yeah, SBs. RIP. And then they just fell off.
Only to come back.
Only to come back. I think I still have one pair of SBs.
I have a handful. I keep a couple of things in hand,
Yeah.
but I'm slowly dispersing.
I have like some Blazers, but
Blazers never sold for me.
yeah.
It's more the feel. More the
Yeah,
feel.
Blazers were kind of stiff.
They were more like high top Converses.
Yep.
Not too much
They
on the
are.
top.
They are.
Air Force Ones I could see, but Air Force Ones to me were more basketball shoe like.
Air Force Ones?
To me, when I
Oh.
would wear them, I was like, oh, it's kind of a
I
little
could
bulky for
never
me.
hoop in those.
Well, I mean, of course, because you're like, no, I got to keep these clean, non-crease, all white
Nah, those were not comfortable.
at
for
all.
me. Nah.
Oof. Well, SBs,
Yeah.
baby.
Shit. Favorite hoop shoe, though?
Oh, I mean, looks are like,
Nah, that you would hoop in. Like,
Oh,
these are
like
my
actually
go-to
hoop in.
hoop shoes, yeah.
what was I rocking? Like some Birkenstocks, some Timberland Euro hikers. That's like in the back, like
You were
the Asian
getting- you were
Chanel's and
getting
shit.
crossed.
No, I was crossing motherfuckers up in the slippers. But if I had like my normal ones I got to, I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I have crossed a few people in some Birkenstocks.
yeah, come on, bro. When you playing in the backyard, it gets into a serious game. You over here with
Yeah.
ashy
They
ankles
know
and
who
ashy
they
toes.
are. They know who they are.
I'm
That's
trying to
serious.
remember what I would wear. Like I'd be kind of rotating stuff. I like the Kobe Crazy 8s, the first Adidas ones.
Mm.
Those ones I was into.
Oh, the like alien looking ones?
Yeah, with the
The gray
toes.
ones?
That
Yeah,
first.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
not the alien. Which one's the? Oh, the like no kind of stitching. It's all.
Yeah.
I had those. Never wore those really when I played ball. It was the first Adidas ones. It was a. It had like the little.
I never rock Kobe's. When
Yeah,
hooped.
I was a big Kobe fan
Yeah.
in high school.
I think
when
I
was reading
hated Kobe
Source.
just because
You was a Kings fan.
Yeah.
See, I loved Kobe because it was the Source magazine, not Source, Slam,
Mm.
and they would have these high school diaries, and it was him and Stephon Marbury, and they would these dudes that were writing, and they were top prospects at the
Yeah.
time, and I remember following ball like that, and I was like, yo, this dude Kobe Bryant's the truth. So when he got drafted, I was like, yo, and then he did what he did. I was like, secret Kobe Bryant fan, because I'm a Golden State dude, and I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant's like ill.
Yeah.
But it's Kobe Bryant's. I think I wore those a lot. The Pippins. I forgot which one of those were. Air Maxes.
Oh, the Pippins where it said air big on the side.
Yeah, I had those for a minute. Those are bulky, but I did rock those.
Yeah, those are super bulky. I had those just to wear.
Mm.
Never hooped.
What
in
was your
those.
hoops?
The Adidas Pro models. You know the ones that teams would get.
Yeah.
Collectively.
Yeah, where it has
remember
the stripes are hella different colors.
I
Yeah.
remember hooping in those.
Okay.
'Cause, the Hirachis.
Oh yeah.
Those ones were pretty cool.
But was that a redo when you got them, or was that still on the original line when they released them?
original and redo.
Oh,
But the Jordan 18s were some of my favorite hoop shoes.
what year is that? What's the profile?
It's the one where the bottoms are either blue or red, and then they were all white with the button, the magnetic button.
Oh, I don't remember those.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is. Let me.
They have
let
like
me
a
double check
sleeve.
that.
Is
Let
it
me
like
double check
looking like
that.
the glove type thing?
I'll
Was
show
it
you.
where it covered the whole shoe?
Yeah, it did.
Oh, I think I remember those. Those are the 18s. This is when he was out of the league already.
Yes, I think these ones.
Oh, I know those ones.
I didn't care for how they looked,
but they were hella dope to ball.
They were like some of the most comfortable shoes.
Mm,
Yeah, they're not that tight to me. I think
they're playing.
kind of wide.
But I mean, if they're comfortable,
they were hella comfortable. I think I got them because we went to the Nike outlet and they
And
were
it was
just
on
there.
sale.
Yeah, they were there. And they
hey,
had my
just like
size.
Yellow, always
My-
trying to grab something.
My dad was like, "Yep, you can get those." It's like, all right, cool. Had those in middle school. Oh, shocks.
Oh, you were Vince Carter shock, dude.
I had some shocks.
That was
Custom-
that was a team shoe too.
Those were the first hoop shoes I had Nike ID.
Oh, really?
Middle school, yep. Because that was like the first, when you play for a school team in
Yeah.
middle school.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some shocks
Mm.
customized.
Respect to the shocks.
Damn, I wonder where those are at.
Oh, you saw them
saved
in
those.
possession?
I think so. They might
They're
be
probably
on
gonna
my
re-release those. Have they released those yet? Re-released?
I don't know.
Those are some collector stuff.
Yeah,
Mm.
those are comfortable. High school, they made you wear like team shoes.
But you were always a Nike guy then.
Yeah, I think I rock more Nike than Adidas.
I was Nike.
I hooped
majority.
in LeBrons too. LeBrons
Ooh.
are super heavy, but they're
They
comfortable.
look like Timberlands.
Yeah, they're heavy, but they were comfortable.
Those are like power forward shoes.
They're like bouncy.
Really?
Yeah.
They just look like a tank on your feet.
Yeah, they do. They're fucking heavy. I was like,
I wonder why they make it that way.
fucking laces,
You know what I'm saying?
strap.
Yeah.
Mid tops or low tops?
I mean, what LeBrons were mids. Like usually
No,
when you
I'm
play
saying,
ball,
what do you?
I
like
would
better?
prefer low tops
lows.
personally. But a lot of the shoes
Yeah.
that were on sale, at least at my time, didn't. No
I
one had
liked
really
I
those.
liked mids, but once I started wearing ankle braces, I was rocking lows.
More flexibility in the ankle.
Yeah,
You don't get as sweaty and stank.
yeah.
But you wouldn't. The only lows were those Jordan 11s. I think 11s, 12s. 11s are the patent, right?
Yeah, 11s are the pattern.
So the 12s were the first low top. At least I remember seeing from at least Jordan.
Oh
brand.
yeah, when he had the flu game. All that
Mhm.
stuff, yeah.
I was like, okay, we could do these 12s.
Oh wait, no, flu game was
No,
the threes.
it was 11s.
Was it?
Yeah, 11s.
Oh, it was.
Patent
Wait,
leather.
no.
11s patent leather, right?
No, not the flu game.
You sure? That was his last year in the league. That was 98. 97, 98?
Oh, they were. No, the 12s. Yeah, they were the 12s.
Were they?
Yeah, they were.
Let me
I
see.
never actually had a pair of these. I like them.
I never had a pair of these. But in terms of low tops,
Yeah.
when you saw motherfuckers wear low tops, oh, what are the 13s then? I had those too. I had the black and whites.
Yeah, the black and white ones.
Yeah.
Those ones were clean.
And then my mom gave them away like a week after I had them. And she was like, oh, I thought you wanted to send these to the Philippines. I was like,
Damn.
what?
Your cousins were hyped when those came in.
I was like,
Those
"Jeez."
ones. I don't really care for those ones. The one with the
Oh,
bubble.
Where's the one in the low top ones then? I'm tripping maybe. Oh, that was the first Jumpman shoe. I'm tripping. See, these are Jordan still. The first Jumpman, I think.
Mm.
Remember, because now there's Jumpman,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. The team shoes.
Team Jumpman.
Yeah.
Oh. Jordan. Crazy how much money he made off of these. Is that's the number one still, right? In
Yeah.
terms of sales? Gotta be.
I think so. You know what's crazy is
Mm.
like kids go crazy for Jordans. And I'm like, I barely got to see Jordan play.
That, but it's more of the culture now, or
Yeah.
the street style, I guess.
Yeah.
But
it's
I mean,
crazy.
the reason they're still redoing them, they're still reselling them, right? Like
Yeah.
making new versions of the ones, dual
Mhm.
pack, all that shit.
Oh, you know what? I don't know. I haven't seen that dual pack thing in a long time.
Meaning collecting
I'm
stuff.
just
Have
out
you
the
heard
loop.
about the NBA Top Shop shit?
The cards?
Yeah, you heard about
yeah,
that?
you see that Kobe card?
So how does that work? I heard a little bit about it, but what do you know about it?
I don't know. I just know that people got cards that are going for thousands.
You're
His
talking
went for
about
a
like
mil.
actual cards,
Yeah, like his rookie card.
like you could touch it.
Yeah.
But have you heard of the other shit where
No.
you could buy like clips? It's called NBA like Top Shop or something like that, where you buy like a clip of somebody doing something, like imagine LeBron James, right,
Yeah.
doing this dunk and it's like clipped. And I don't know how it works
Why
necessarily.
don't you just like YouTube that shit?
But that's what I'm thinking because the NBA is starting to. I mean, they're pretty strict on their footage already being out there.
Yeah.
You know, but now instead of like the whole game or these random highlights, it's specific to the player. And people are buying them in these packs that they buy, and it's 15 clips. And some of them have been going for thousands of dollars already, at least on resale. Like, oh, here's
Yeah.
James Harden with the OKC, and it's named and labeled this number. And then, you could resell it for this much.
Damn, that's crazy. You know what would be sick?
Mm.
I always thought of this. Is if they put like 360 cameras
On the
like,
players.
yeah,
Mhm.
and then you can relive them. How much money you think they would make a killing? Imagine if they did a Super Bowl and you were like, "Yo, let me relive that moment."
Oh, in
Marshawn
the
Lynch
helmet.
straight.
Yeah, in the
Track
helmet. You're
stick.
talking about in the helmet?
Yeah, and you put on the goggle,
Mm.
the shit,
Yeah.
and then it's 360 though, so you can pause and like look around. Like, yo, I'm about to get smacked right here.
I mean, that actually makes sense. Like, they're
That'd
probably
be
working
sick as
towards
fuck.
that. Because I,
mean,
heard
I don't see
about
why
that
not.
from something about the idea that having a 360 camera in a seat of like a
Yeah.
UFC fight, and it's
Oh.
front row, and then you pay to see the fight in that viewpoint.
Yeah, you would make a killing.
Oh, I mean, I could see that being a thing
Yeah,
easily. Because the 360 camera, it's not popular yet, but it's been hinted
Yeah.
out there.
it's been out for a minute.
It's been out for a minute.
Yeah.
See that combined with the idea of Google Glass.
Imagine
and all
that.
stuff.
Imagine being like, imagine if they created like simulations.
They already have.
I know, but imagine if you're like sitting
in real
like,
time.
Imagine if there was a roller coaster, but for sports,
Oh,
and you're going through and you're reliving
Yeah.
all these historical, like, oh, this
Moments.
is the play. This is the
oh, if
play.
you could go back in time, that'd be ill.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Imagine if they were
back
like,
in time be dope.
and then imagine if the ride was on a football field, and you're like sitting in this thing, and then you're just moving around while you're wearing goggles,
Oh, that's like that Harry Potter joint.
and you can like look all around and see what's going on.
Have you messed with Oculus or 3D yet?
I've worn it. It just shit gives me a headache.
Exactly. Imagine in football.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I would wear that shit just to experience
see
that moment that they're going through.
If they could go in the past, that'd be wild. But
because-
I could see them doing it from here on out.
But because what's crazy is I don't think you realize, and this is for anything, you don't realize the speed or the intensity when you're watching it. It's completely
No,
different.
fuck
You
no,
don't see
no.
how fast it. Because when they tell you like football, I think average play is like what, 3 seconds, 4 seconds.
If that. 30.
That's fucking fast.
30 at max.
Yeah.
But from actual snap to
Yeah. From
finish.
snap to finish, like 3
10.
seconds.
Yeah, 5. Yeah, something like that.
Average play.
Yeah,
It's like 3-4 seconds.
Yeah.
Because you figure a run play is
Happens
like
hella
bam,
quick.
boom.
yeah.
So imagine getting to see that firsthand for someone that's never played sports.
Yo, you ever played Madden on the first person viewpoint?
Yeah, it's hard as fuck.
Crazy.
Yeah, I don't
So when
get
you're
it.
the QB, you're like,
Yeah.
I can't see.
Yeah, you can't see anything.
And then when
How
you do the
supposed to-
360,
yeah.
you're like, Russell Wilson, this is what he's seeing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Imagine, because I never played quarterback
Mhm.
like in an actual football league.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I played with friends and stuff, but
Yeah.
never when my linemen are like
Taller
6'5",
Yeah.
and I gotta somehow
And then you got fucking 6'5" dudes that run 440s
yeah,
coming at you.
full speed. Yeah,
And the one in front of me, he's 340, 6'1",
Yeah.
about to just push my center out the way.
linebacker runs 30 miles an hour.
People don't realize. I agree with you on that.
Yeah, you don't realize.
But
And-
how
and-
much?
and I
How
feel
many
like-
people you think want to experience that?
I feel like there'd be a lot. Okay, any kid that loves sports, you're telling me you wouldn't want to experience that? Your favorite player?
I'd probably be like, yo, I ain't trying to be quarterback. After that, you're like, hey, dude, you want to feel what it's like here?
Yeah, let me
Oh.
let me be a kick return.
Yeah,
Let me
that
be
is a
punter.
good point. The 3-second thing, that is weird because shit happens quick.
Yeah, and I feel like you're just like, oh, I could probably do that. And then you sit in that shit, you're like, yo.
It looks slow motion when you're watching it at bird's
Yeah.
view. Easily.
But
And you play Madden
imagine
all
being
the
in
time.
the moment. Like you have to check every receiver in 4 seconds and pick one,
Makes sense.
and then throw it
And make sure you don't have
on the
anybody
money.
touch
yeah,
it.
Yeah,
That is weird.
it's crazy. It's fascinating.
Is
Imagine
it-
being
is
like
it-
a fighter.
but is
Imagine being like 360 in a fighter's thing and seeing how fast punches are.
That's
actually come.
crazy. I don't think so. Just because does somebody want to wear a helmet?
No. I'm saying imagine if they had like technology where a camera
could
was
be right there.
above.
That'd be intense.
Because I mean, if cars have cameras that show all around you,
True. What's the difference with somebody fighting?
Yeah.
I mean, I could say the technology is probably there already.
yeah. I mean, if you just had, football, they have a camera following. you.
Oof.
Imagine if they had one just in the middle of the octagon.
Oh man, we'd be living in a different world. Because then you're talking about like I am really
Yeah.
living in somebody
Imagine
else's
Dana
shoes.
White's like, "Yo, we're releasing new pay-per-view. You pay $500, you get to sit
Front
cage
row.
side,
Yeah,
and you get to hear audio."
yeah. Oh, that's the key because you don't get audio like commentary
Yeah.
when you're in the arena. It's
You
not like
don't.
there's the play by. It's not like Rogan and
No.
Cormier are on the
You're
loudspeaker.
watching it live. Though.
Yeah,
But imagine that. Imagine you put on your headphones
and you have both.
and you're
that would
just
be nice.
sitting there, and it's like live.
Or you look to your left and Rogan's there. Like
Yeah.
what? Can it be live feed?
Damn, that'd be crazy. Why not? It's pay-per-view. You're watching it live.
That's a good point. That technology would be interesting.
I mean,
doing it live.
would you pay like $500 to watch that?
I do it at least once.
Yeah. Imagine if it was like a Pacquiao fight.
Yeah, because
Like-
those
like
those
back when he
tickets
was fighting.
are
Yeah, they're like 10, 20, 30,
Yeah.
50,000.
so for 500. Yeah, just to see and
Yeah.
experience it from a 360. That's
But
the closest thing
imagine-
you'll get.
Imagine if you're at the venue, that's one seat that you can only fill. You can fill thousands in that seat.
One seat.
From
See, but who does that? Is it UFC or is it the people who own the seat? Because are we never returning to people in
No,
the
but-
stands?
True.
See, because what if we do? Then the
But-
person that doesn't
yeah.
there, what if there's just like a proxy? It's a box,
this
and then it
is-
has the camera in it, and then the camera sits there.
Nah.
Because if UFC's selling it that way, UFC doesn't really do anything with the ticket sales
Mm-hmm.
necessarily. It's just more, here's the fight, here's the amount of seats, Ticketmaster, whoever's going to deal
Yeah.
with it. You know what I'm saying? So now it's up to the owner. So like box seats.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, my box seat. But actually, during the playoffs, I just stream on this 360. And I just do
Yeah.
live. I'll take it away, and then, or my ushers will take it away, and you can
That'd be
sit
some
there.
wild shit, though.
I can see that. I
can
don't think it's far
hella
off.
see that. Because you can still have all of your ringside. But imagine if just right in front of you, there was, imagine a row
Mm-hmm.
where there was just cameras on all of them. So you're
that you never sit there, and those are the ones that are for sale.
And you're like, yo, pick a camera view and buy it.
Yeah.
And you're stuck on that camera view.
Yeah.
The only thing I would see that could potentially mess up would maybe be like connection.
Yes, because how many people are streaming in?
Yeah.
But I mean, shit, we're seeing it with Zoom now, where Zoom's adjusting to having hundreds.
See,
and thousands.
that'd be a hard thing too. Is if people could tap into all pay-per-views and just play it. What's stopping people from like sitting and getting that? See,
well, you know it's gonna be hacked for sure.
Yeah, that'd probably be the shit they'd have to.
But I mean, pay-per-views get hacked all the time, or they're starting to try to crack down on it. But it's always a constant.
But it's always out.
So will they make enough people buying it to? No, it's fine. Some people hack it; it's no big deal.
Yeah.
Or are they not head in technology yet, where there's some other entities that could still, trump that over?
Because that would be crazy.
Which ones would you want to see first? Football for sure. Football I want to see it from a lot of different,
Oh yeah.
positions. I want to see QB. I want to see.
Sure.
I want to see
Running
Lamar
back?
Jackson QB.
Oh.
I'd pay to see that. Just like,
Yeah.
yo, this is strange.
That'd be pretty
like
sick.
87-yard runs and shit. Like what?
Yeah.
I want to see Aaron Rodgers, kind of how he does it. You know what I mean?
Tight.
Just because you're like,
I'd want to see a raw ass running back.
Like a shifty or a power.
Both.
Derrick Henry.
Yeah. Yeah, that fool's big.
I want to see him when he be face masking fools and just be like tossing them to the floor. I want to see what that's like. You know what I mean? Because imagine you hear the motherfucker like, oh.
Imagine just being in a game on the line. Imagine being like the center and then just hearing.
Do you get to be in the huddle
all day?
I pay an extra 100 to have unfiltered.
No, I don't think you can be in the huddle.
Why? Crossing boundaries?
Yeah. That's like yeah. You can't be in the huddle.
What if they paid like, oh, this is super VIP? No, still no.
Yeah, still. No.
I'd pay for that though. Like to hear the NFL and the NBA.
Yeah, but imagine
cussing.
if like you had someone just buy it on the other team and they're like, oh, they're about to run,
which will happen.
Yeah.
Via Astros.
Yeah, that's why they be fucking covering their shit.
I know with the play sheet, call sheet. I mean, but that's what sports is. It's the one-upsmanship. That's why when the Astros did what they did, motherfuckers were like, "Ooh, they got caught. Cool, we didn't get caught." That's kind of what it is. I mean, you play baseball.
Is that really cheating?
You play baseball. You know what I mean?
Man.
It's gamesmanship, right? I mean, that's what you would say.
But I mean, you could see the coach if the coach is doing signs.
I mean, I don't know how the signs even work. How much of that is shenanigans versus actual like signage?
That's a lot of shenanigans.
Exactly.
For me, it was a lot of shenanigans.
Yeah, because you're trying to outdo the other team. Like, oh, they're trying to read our signs. See, what would that be?
It's always like something's the indicator, and then right after is what it is. So you do all this, but then as soon as
it's
I touch like my ear, okay, next thing, yeah. That was always what it was for me.
Where do you think that stems from? That's just the way the game is.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's not cheating; it's gamesmanship. That's the weird balance right there, right?
Yeah. But I mean, at this point, they might as well give baseball players fucking earpieces like they do the quarterback.
I don't get that. When I found that out about the Josh Goff or the Goff and McVay thing a couple years ago,
what they do?
Their thing was he was on the radio, and then all the way up until the huddle. So McVay was like, "Yo, see, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this," feeding all the information before the hike. Now they do it only 10 seconds, I think, 15 seconds, and then they cut it off.
Yeah,
and then you're on your own.
I thought you get it up until
snap.
Yeah,
I don't think so. I think they shortened it down now. Yeah.
Oh.
For some reason, because I think whatever's happening, there's still hella information. Because there's a guy in the box.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, this is what they're looking at. Here's what you're gonna see. This and that, and that's what made. I mean, that's what they say. Yeah. I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I don't know how long that is. I wonder how long that is.
Look, I think it's 10, 15 seconds. Or whatever from the huddle to from the start of huddle, and then it goes into a certain time frame. And that was a big deal with the Goff situation, if I'm not mistaken.
Let's see.
With baseball, I'm like, yo, let them do like steroids. Like, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see 74 homers in a year. The Barry Bonds days, those were fun. Seriously. Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, that shit was amazeballs.
15 seconds.
15 seconds.
Before the play clock runs down. So what? 20 seconds. Because they get 35, right?
I think so.
So you get 35, so it cuts off
at the 20.
At 15.
At 15. So there you go.
Yeah.
Before it was going all the way through.
So you get 20 seconds.
To try to diagnose what you're going to run, what they might be seeing, and then the game plan, who you're going to be looking to in 20. That makes no sense. I mean, it makes sense, but you looking at it when you break down the game like that, where you're like, yo, these are in a matter of seconds.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, how is a game 3 hours long, but every fucking play is 3 seconds?
I did not get football when I first started.
Too many things moving on.
Because I jumped into it
without learning the
freshman
game.
year, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I had no idea when they were talking about like, oh, the flats. Oh, you got to cover the end. I was like, what the fuck?
What am I doing? But you were playing Madden before that, weren't you?
Yeah, but I didn't know what the fuck that shit meant.
You don't be looking at the plays and shit?
No, I just be like, oh, this one's blitz. Yeah, we win a blitz every time.
A couple blues up there, and everybody's in. How many? 8 dudes?
Oh, it's 3rd and long? Oh, we'll just have 5 of them.
Exactly.
5 circles in the
empty.
back? Okay.
Zero.
Perfect.
Zero blitz. All in.
That was it. And then football, it was always just shotgun.
Oh, you a shotgun dude?
Going the shotgun.
That's why you lost to me.
Shotgun and hurry up offense.
Nah, man.
4th and 20, I'll go for it.
See, that's why that's amateur night. That's why you got lost. That's why you lost to me. But no, I mean, think about it. The new generation of viewers are in tune digitally.
Yeah, but imagine like even now though, because of COVID, people are scared to get out.
Even more so.
Like, oh, I don't even want to go. I could just watch it.
I mean, look at even things kind of transforming like that.
Yeah.
You know, you seen like I was watching WWE highlights, and the way they do their rings now, all the screens are really close to the edge, and there's only like a handful of people on the railing. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like how the NBA did it in the bubble, where there's like a bunch of screens of people.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But like you're still watching normal. You're like there on the screen, but
yes.
you're watching it
normal.
You don't
as
have,
TV.
Like, a front
no,
row seat where you're
I could see
watching.
that be the next innovation.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of hurdles.
Yeah.
Because of the connectivity. But what's 5G then? You know what I'm saying? Maybe 5G, quote unquote, brings us to that next wave.
Yeah.
See? But my thing is it enthusiasm that's kind of running this, or is it really a reality? I can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
Because I was listening on the radio this morning. They were talking about like Tesla sales, right? According to how we live, at least here, it would seem that electric cars are fucking, this is the future. It's here, right? But they don't sell a lot of electric cars out there. Like, I think electric car share of the market's maybe 0.01%. I think now it's up to 2 maybe.
Oh, damn.
That's it. So then, but the feeling is like, yo, man, like, Tesla, dude. But that's more of, I think, the generational feeling. But overall, ain't no one buying electric cars like that.
But I feel like if you think about it, though, you can't really, because you got to charge and then. Like, if you don't own a home or have a house where you can charge your car.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It'd be hard to have an electric car. I mean, you could go, like, it's like getting gas. You go charge, but then it's like you're sitting there for, like, 20, 30 minutes.
I heard it's, half an hour to an hour to charge full.
And then I think, like, the supercharge are, like, what, 5, 10 minutes, though?
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, you're still paying.
Yes.
So, essentially, it's like you're getting gas, but now you have to wait.
Yes. And the wait time's longer.
Yeah, the wait time's longer.
True.
Unless, I understand if you got, like, a home or a house. And
when you get back.
You have a station, you get back, you plug your car in.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm curious to know how, because essentially the idea is a remote control car, right?
Yeah.
Big battery on the bottom, and then boom.
Yeah, actually, I just saw that commercial.
Which one?
Is it GM? I forgot, but
For
it
the
was
Hummer?
like it was kids. They were standing on like a battery that had wheels. I was like, what the hell is this? And then it was like, we're generation. What are the new kids? I think they're called Gen E.
Ooh, electric.
We're Gen E. We are electric.
Oh.
And it was they were just talking about how all cars are going to be electric.
Well, I mean, they're trying to mandate those in like bills and shit like that. But I mean, in my head, I'm like, how fast do we get there? Does there need to be something? But this kind of, the thing that we're in right now, maybe that is pushing it. But even then, you look at it versus what's being talked about, and the feeling feels like we're there.
Yeah.
But then what's actually happening in terms of people buying certain things, I mean, the only thing people really have in their possession of anything technological would be phones.
I think the crazy, if everything was electric and like technology-wise, I feel like everything would just be able to get tapped into whenever.
Yes. Because you're not in control.
Yeah.
Like, self-driving cars. Well,
like imagine
who's controlling it?
Yeah, imagine if they were like tapped in and it was like, oh, hard right.
Yeah.
We're done with that. That guy, take him out. All right.
Or
hard left.
everybody stop.
Yeah, and then
You're going
just
here.
malfunction. I don't know, man. I would still have a gas car forever.
I mean, that's, I think, as we go forward, because the whole point of electric cars is for what? To save the earth, right? Isn't that the whole point?
Yeah.
Because we're using what are we doing? Using too much.
I don't know. Too much gas, oil.
Fossil fuels.
Oh yeah, there you go.
It's from dinosaurs.
Mhm.
Dinosaur melted bones.
Yes, from 14 million, I want to say, or 20. No, 70 million.
Years ago.
Yeah,
But we're almost out.
I
Is
think
that-
so. I think we're almost out of the bones.
Okay.
Luckily, I have a tooth though, like a dinosaur tooth that I got from.
How much mileage can you get with that?
I don't know, but I'm gonna hold on to that.
That's a tough gig because
fun.
that's why it's like, yo, what are we really saving here? Because my thing is like, who makes the fucking battery then? That battery's got to be special. Got to be special. What is that? Where do you get the elements for that to have this battery? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
That's what I think about the
Why don't they
iPhone.
just make a car that could like run off of water?
They have.
All right, then why don't we just have those? That's
That
tight.
guy is deceased.
Yeah.
You didn't see that dude, the dude that did the hydro? I mean, but Toyota has a hydro.
Really?
Yeah, it's called a Mirai.
It's called a boat.
No, but they do that. Like, there was a Navy ship I think that runs on saltwater, like saltwater reactor.
That's pretty tight.
Mm-hmm. But it's one of those. Well, I mean, we already have nuclear, so it's cool.
Yeah.
And then water.
I'm just filling up at the house, just
Mhm.
hella water.
Do you think that there was ever a time when some form of the world or part of the world or however you believe it ran on water power?
Yeah.
Like, you ever heard of steampunk?
No.
Never heard of that? Like the dudes with like the goggles and it's like steam, like is the energy source.
Hmm.
It's almost like it seems like it's a story, but I can't really tell if it's fake or real because it's considered something. It's like steampunk. It's almost like a culture. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyways, it's like the dudes with the weird glasses with the leather outsides, you know, kind of
Yeah, I
that
know what
thing.
you're talking about.
Yes, that's considered, at least that look and that idea,
Steampunk.
steampunk. But when you think about it, you're like, are you talking about everything being powered by steam? Meaning water, right? To some degree, you need to have water to build steam. I mean, you think about it, what is water in relative to the earth? It's a lot of energy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's this scene in that documentary, A Choke, where Hickson is in the Japan winter, and he's in the stream, and he's sitting there just like, oh, the energy's flowing through me. Because you know how water works, like that kind of, that is energy at the end of the day. That's when I think about that. I'm like, yeah, there has to have been a point when
Shit was ran off of water.
water. That's why I was looking at those star forts.
I mean, it does. It makes sense. Because if you have water flowing and it's pushing things to make things spin or turn, that's actually pretty tight.
And what are we on? Majority of the world is what?
Water.
That's when you look at the
Actually,
coastlines.
I think
There's a
I
lot of that.
heard. I think Kanye was talking about that. I think the school that he started, they do a lot of water engineering,
See?
which is pretty tight.
Who's
I think-
Kanye in the story?
I think the engineer that he had created the power, a lot of the powers through water engineering, which is, I mean, it makes sense. Imagine if you had pumps just constantly pumping water, and then that's just moving everything.
You know what I think about? I think about the sewer system, right?
That shit is weird too.
But how advanced that is.
It is.
But we're the newest country.
Yeah.
How are we the newest and first world? Because who built that? Was it the cowboys and Indians? Or was it
That-
the people in the...
That shit always fascinates me, and so does like the underground. Like when you're in New York.
Something showed to me when, you know, when you walk up and down New York, or even San Francisco for that matter, you know, when you walk up and down, right, you'll see like an apartment building. And then, but you'll see the half windows.
Mm-hmm. It's like the basement.
But do you build knowing that you're going to have a half window? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Why wouldn't
Or
you
was
just want a
there
full window?
Well, how about what if there was the building's bigger than what it's showing me, but something's covered it, and then they built roads, and here's a half window because you said, oh,
Yeah.
that's basement, but
It's like those big. What are those Eastern Islands? The heads.
the what are those dudes called? Easter Island heads.
You know what I'm talking about, though. Right? And
Yes.
then they dug under and was like, "Yo, they have bodies."
But those things already are hella big,
Yeah, they're like 30 feet tall,
and they
then
sit along the
now they're
coastline.
like 50.
But they sit along the coastline, right? But the mountains are like far. So it's like who carved them and then moved them down here and placed them here? And the
I'd wanna go
faces,
see those.
I do too. And that's off the coast of Rapa Nui,
Is
right?
that like a trip you could do?
Yeah. But it's in the middle, so you figure where South America is, and here's I want to say what's on the left, Chile, I think is the country on here. It's that island right here, and here's South America.
So you go to Chile, and then you have to.
I think, or you could go from maybe L.A. I don't know if you could go straight or not, but it's kind of the island like closest to South America, I believe. But it's Rapa Nui, so it's the last island.
Yeah, that'd be pretty crazy.
But I mean, to your point, like I said, you see the slopes. It makes you think like, yo, this is the idea that I at least have come across. What if there was idea that all this shit was built before? Because some of the structures, you're like, yo, these are brick buildings, hella intricate art, like cathedral shit like that. You're like, okay, this is a big-ass city. If we were in 18 whatever when we started, we built all this in that quick.
Yeah.
Plus the little, like I said, okay, what if there was just, we're covering a bunch of stuff and we're just going to build roads. So that's why when your fascination with underground, how far can we go?
Yeah.
Because what are we underneath? You would now think, man, we're building on top of stuff. Especially in New York and San Francisco. Because you see a lot of those basements, half windows things. But nobody in the right mind, if you're building something, you're like, you know what, I'm going to put a half window here.
True.
No.
With the angle.
Yeah, with an angle, right? Like I remember even in the apartment like that in Frisco, like the laundry was like down. So it was like about a floor or two underneath. And it was a little ratchety, but it was still structured. And you're thinking in your head like, is this the whole entire city? Come on, bro.
I mean, maybe. Shit, they built Denver Airport, what, 7 floors now?
That's what I'm saying. How much of the world do we know is underneath us? That's why I asked those questions. Like, yo, that's a lot of shit to build in a small amount of time. And considering we just came here on wagons.
Yeah, that is a lot of stuff.
Like, I figured out the Capitol was built like 200 years ago, 300 years ago, I think. 200 something years ago, the Capitol was built. You ever been to the Capitol?
Like, what do they do when they build a new, like, city or town? So they have to build a whole under sewer system that connects to
the other stuff,
the closest one. Yeah.
Are they really building that as it's building?
But, like, how's the blueprint? Like, they have a blueprint of the whole, like, all right, let me see your blueprint so I can find out where I tap.
You can't even find blueprints to all the old shit. Like all those old buildings. Like, dude, you been to the Palace of Fine Arts in San Francisco?
No.
Okay. Statue of Liberty.
No, I actually didn't go. I've been by it. I saw it. I didn't go in it, though.
Interesting what it's on.
What is it on?
Starfort.
What is that?
Those are the things you have to look up. Homework. If you want any, look up star forts. Those are fascinating things because they're all around the world and they're mostly on coastline.
Forts. So you could like go underwater and go in this thing.
No, it's not underwater. That's why if you look up overhead shot of Statue of Liberty, you're like, yo, what the fuck is that? That thing that it's on is everywhere in the world.
A star fort.
That to me is a big mystery because the idea of water being energy, it would seem like water would flow through these things to create energy somehow. Because these are everywhere.
Star fort.
Overhead.
So that.
But look up overhead Statue of Liberty. Telling you folks.
That right there.
Yep, that's what's underneath the Statue of Liberty. So figure that, and that little thing is everywhere in the world. And those are called star forts.
It's like the Jewish star.
You could say that.
Oh, no. Yeah, but you know what's crazy? It's like, how is that just on there? Is that like a tip of a mountain?
Your questions are as good as mine, bro.
That never gets water on top of it?
And they built that too. This is during Washington's time.
This whole island right here.
I would assume so. They built all that? Paul Revere, all the homies? John Henry built the railroads and whoever built the roads. This is all happening in how many years?
Yeah, like all of New York. New York's fucking crazy.
Think about that. Caltrans must have been working overtime because it takes them a while just to build a part of a freeway.
Yo, have you seen the pictures of like how they used to build like skyscrapers back in the day?
I don't believe it.
I'll be like, y'all went up there with nothing. Y'all were just sitting up there.
And a lunch pail?
Yeah, you see the pictures where like the homies are sitting there eating lunch, like on top of a sky.
That's what I'm saying. Why is that?
On the crane. No.
Nah.
Get out of here.
I don't believe it.
I want NBA salary. I want LeBron
That's
James
high up
salary
there.
to build this.
I look at Mount Rushmore. I'm like, For real? A dude and his son built Mount Rushmore.
Oh, get out of here.
Look it up.
Man.
Oh.
You know
I mean,
how
look, I'm
long-
crazy. I'm a crazy person. I'm just saying. I've never been there. I hope to go there. I've said this plenty of times. I would like to see it because that is baffling.
Where's that at?
I think North Dakota? South Dakota.
90% of the mountain was carved using dynamite. So how precise are you to explode an eye
And
out?
you've seen the eyes. That's what we were talking about with your, current
Yeah, look at that.
private. Exactly. Come on, bro.
man.
Look at the artist, and then look at his rendition when he did it in the studio. He did a smaller version of it, and it looks nothing like the one.
No, there's no way.
No, exactly.
That's in a whole mountain.
Look up.
Can you like climb up to that, or is it like?
I don't
blocked
know.
off with
I think
people
it's.
there?
I don't think you can do it
Oh yeah, because people would tag that. People would kill that thing.
all day, and that's in the middle of nowhere, mind you. You know what I'm
So
saying?
that's how they did it. Oh my
Yeah, bro.
god!
Come on, man.
Drill holes. The assistant carver of drill holes.
Dude, look at the smaller sculpture. The artist did a version of it smaller. Like, like a tester, I guess. I don't know I forgot his name, the sculptor himself.
Artist. Let's see. Who's the artist? Gutzen Borglum.
Okay, look up that Statue of Liberty.
He did the Statue of Liberty?
No, not Statue of Liberty, sorry, Mount Rushmore.
All right.
It's kind of weird, man. Like, that's my thing. It's just, I don't know. Like I said, it's something to ponder. I'm not saying anything. It's just to be made with dynamite and precision is quite fascinating. Let me see. Is that the one? Yeah, look at that.
So that's the one he did.
That's the smaller version of it. So you would think if it's smaller, right, it'd be hella more detailed.
Bro, that looks like trash. That don't look like nothing like it.
So how did he go from that to doing it with dynamite on a mountainside?
You know what it almost looks like? Or what I would think? This is just me, what I would do.
Yeah, of course.
You get the mountain. You almost like
Flatten it out.
flatten it out. And then you make these in studio. And then you just have
Put
to
'em
like
on
crane
there.
it up and somehow.
Plaster it, cement it in.
Yeah.
But they talk about that if you look at the...
Because look at that one's not even. No,
yeah.
I guess they're working on it.
No, that can't...
Because that's.
that makes
I
more
don't see how
sense.
you go up there and you can do that.
Yeah.
You know how many times you have to go back and like.
How far back? That's miles away. That's not like...
Yeah. Like.
You got to get in the car.
Yeah. Drive.
When was the year that it was built? It's like 18-something.
How much does this guy get paid to do it?
That's not NBA money. See, and where are the other dudes that are sculpting out there? Who's making pieces like this out there? Where are these dudes at? You know what I'm saying?
Rushmore date. 1941.
1941. That's how many years ago.
Hey, this one's tight. The Brazil one.
That one's fascinating too. I haven't
That
looked
one's
into it,
fucking
but that one's
huge.
fascinating. Because who's building that?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
How do
Settlers?
you get it up there? I don't know, man.
Thank you. Who is this? How is this? Answer me questions.
But that guy's studio piece, why would you even put that out?
The fact that it got out is already questionable.
Bro, I would have waited till now to redo a redemption and be like, yo, 3D print this shit and say I sculpted it.
In 1941, this is what?
Bro, that looks terrible.
How many years ago is that?
It's not even remotely close.
50 to 2000. That's what, only 70 years ago?
Yeah.
70 years ago. Come on, man. That's happening in the 40s for real?
I gotta look at this again.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Look at this. What?
Come on.
Like,
Look at that. That's horrible.
who is that?
That's Lincoln, bro.
None of them look close except
Barely.
Yeah, barely. And
But his
then
eyes are too definite. Like,
he
yeah,
looked like an alien.
that looks horrible. That's smaller. That's in a house. And you do art, right? Something small, way more detailed
Yeah.
than on a mountainside.
I don't know about that one.
Come on, man. So who did it? Why'd they change it?
I don't know.
What if I told you that those were different people and they figured out a way to make it different?
That don't even look right.
Questionable.
You know who is tight though?
Who?
The dude that does the copper sculpting.
Who's that?
I forgot what his name is. but
Jesus
he
Christ?
Did, no, he did
Oh, he does wood. He's woodworking. Sorry.
He did the Obamas when they got elected.
I did not see that.
He did.
Is it on the side of a mountain?
He's done a lot of statues. No,
No,
but
ain't
they're
nothing
like,
then.
They're like life size.
What
It's
about on
pretty
the
sick.
side of a mountain with dynamite?
That don't make sense.
He ain't got shit on it then.
Nah.
Was he doing the stuff in Easter Island? Can he do one of those? Nah.
Them shits were already.
What?
They did it, and then they went back and like acted like they was drilling.
So someone did it before them. They arrived there and it's something, and they used dynamite to change it.
But those people, why pick those? They would be different people. It wouldn't be people. You got to go to their date.
True. But I mean, George Washington. That's a nice story. I don't know for sure. This is 17 something.
I don't know. It wasn't that guy. That guy's studio. It should be the same. At least look like it.
Not even close.
Not even close.
You'd almost think he did it after he saw it.
Yeah.
And try to interpret it.
Yeah, that would be the first one.
Yes.
And then he's like, okay, this is my practice run. I'm about to go do the real thing.
On a mountainside. Him and his son finished it. He started it. His
He
son
didn't
finished
even do it.
He
was in
started
the
it.
works.
I think he started it. His son finished it for him. 1941. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Is that the Model T or a little after the Model T? Like the car?
What?
Like the 1940s.
Oh, shit. I don't even
You know what I'm saying?
But this guy's up there. I don't know, man. I've been like, yo, I want $20 for every pair of eyes that looks at this.
Don't you think that there's a bunch of that questionable stuff everywhere in the world?
Yeah.
But nobody really tripping about it.
No.
Is that
It's
by
just
design?
Wonders. It's just wonders of the world.
But people don't ask. Because we're too occupied with shit.
Yeah.
We're moving on to the next thing. Like, the cycle is within 24 hours now. Before, you could marinate on some news for like a month. Now it's like, oh, no, there's always something new. Well, because you're getting it from all different sides.
Yeah.
I heard this thing. They said how the world is, to a certain degree, is everything's offered. It's up to you to what you take. And I'm talking about everything. Because it's being offered left and right. But it's only being offered, so there's no harm in it unless you take it at whatever you take it as. So you can't blame nobody because everything's just kind of being offered to you. Thoughts, things, everything. You take it, that's you, not us. We're just offering it. We're not forcing you to do anything.
Like all the medicines on TV.
Anything.
Bro, those are the craziest commercials.
You will die if you take this.
Yeah.
The person looking in the park
It's like,
chilling.
yo,
Diarrhea, nausea.
You need this. But let me let you know, you might die. Like, wait, so do I need it? Or
Blindness, vomiting, diarrhea of the mouth,
blindness,
and anus.
dizziness.
Yeah, they're over here playing with the dog and playing with the
Yeah.
kids. Like, yeah, it's deceiving, and you see those commercials more common now.
All day, every time you turn on the show, there's like 6 ads. 3 of them are gonna be some type of
The other ones are what? Cars, and then alcohol.
yeah, food, and
Well, right now,
drugs.
food. Yeah, I mean, that's what we've come down. This is what we do, right?
Yeah.
Or is that perception? We see it, therefore, is that the real world? I mean, this is where it's questionable now. Because what you think and what I think, we're starting to realize maybe what people may or may not be thinking in this day and age. Your feed is going to tell you everything. I know what you follow. Look, I look at your page, and this is stuff you like.
Yeah,
Isn't that how it's supposed to work?
yeah, pretty much.
Or is it?
No, it's not. It's not how it's supposed to work. I don't think so.
But haven't we
But
been
it
doing
is.
this to some degree in small
I think
spurts
so. Yeah, we have actually. It's just on a bigger scale now.
in terms of what the veil's been lifted?
The availability and the information.
There's a lot.
Yeah, because a lot of things back then was like mail to you.
Well, it
That's
was
how
kind
you
of
see it. Like East Bay.
filtered through something.
Because you have to wait
Mhm.
each month for each
Yeah.
week for the East Bay
Mhm.
to come. Now
Yeah.
it's like you just go on your phone and be like, let me just type something. Sports clothes. 500 different.
Why
websites.
is that?
Mhm.
Because now it's just being offered. You could go into quote unquote rabbit holes about anything. But also, aren't we not living in the age? We were talking about the Dr. Seuss stuff, Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben's Rice. Them's all changing,
Yeah.
canceling things. I mean,
Yeah.
canceling history. Remember when all those people were taking statues down? You know what I mean? In the world?
Yeah.
What was happening with that?
That was messed up. I don't think we should take him down. I think we should put him somewhere.
But it was the same argument with Huckleberry Finn and, you know, taking the N-word out.
Oh.
Remember back in the days? That was a discussion years ago with old novels. Like, oh, we need to take this out. We can't, you know, acknowledge this. But in my head, I'm like, aren't you supposed to be able to recognize this in the future so we don't make the same mistake?
Yeah.
Or at least that's how I would think.
Yeah. It's history.
But we think about it up until this point when we
yeah.
go back to Mount Rushmore, we go back to well, if we erase history, then we don't know what was before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I always say we're on a loop. I'm like, we ain't on a loop. We've done this a couple times where we've reset, built it up, and then reset, built it up again. Because how many layers have we rebuilt this place now?
Probably a lot.
The knowledge is there, but it's just we're confused. That's why there's always this idea of like we're a species with amnesia.
Imagine if the subway was at one point the top.
Who's to say it wasn't?
Could have been.
I want to know.
Yeah. Find out eventually.
You think so?
Probably.
Or this is just the next phase of knowledge? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you start questioning things, it's just, oh, here's the next door. Here's the next clue for these players.
I don't know. We'll see.
Well, everybody's woke culture now, right? Oh, my God. But before, okay, explain to me. Are you understanding of that, what that is?
No.
But you've heard the terminology.
Yeah, of course.
So am I led to believe that there's a subset of people that are aware of what's happening in the world, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm woke, meaning I'm woke to the what? What does that mean?
I don't know. Could be. I feel like when the majority I see say that is you're woke to. Man. I don't know. That's a rabbit hole right there.
But where did that come from? It came recently, if I'm not mistaken.
It did.
Right? Because I'm led to believe like there's a certain set of people that know what's happening. Like all the lies are revealed. Like, yo, I'm woke. I know what the hell's going on.
I know everything.
Sure.
It's like, do you?
See, it goes back to, well, someone created the culture of woke and now has handed it out to people, and people now live it. I'm woke. I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
But it seems like you're open to the idea of something that's being told to you not being told to you. But at the same time, those people would be like, oh, what do you think? Oh, no, you crazy. Like,
yeah, but you're woke.
Yeah.
Be like, yo, I'm woke. And be like, 70 million years ago?
Thank you. 70 million years ago.
Yeah.
The aliens.
Yeah.
Erth2whoevr.
I don't believe that.
Erth2whoevr 110.
Oh, damn.
DK Lee in the house. Bashing on aliens.
Stay
And
woke.
70 million.
Stay woke.
Stay woke.
My friends.
Stay woke, my friends. Look up Mount Rushmore and LeBron James' feet. Boom. We out.